Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Week Deep Dive, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, stocks, and global markets. The week ending Friday, May 1st, 2026. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Major indexes rallied, with new records for the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite. The S&P 500 closed at 7,230.11, up by 65.4 points. The Nasdaq gained 277.84 points, reaching 25,114.44. Both indexes have been climbing for 5 consecutive weeks. Broad market gains were observed, with advances outpacing declines across key indexes. The S&P 500 showed 313 gainers against 177 losers. Nasdaq advanced with 2,030 stocks, while the Russell 2000 reported strong breadth. With over 1,400 advances, Mid-Cap Index showed gains despite closing in the negative. Positive weekly returns noted across major indexes. Nasdaq led the pack with a 1.12% gain, while Russell 2000 followed with a 0.92% rise. Mid-Cap Index saw slight negative movement, but maintained a strong year-to-date return of 10.13%. Over the long term, Nasdaq exhibits a remarkable 3-year annual growth rate of 27.14%. Russell 2000 also posted notable gains, achieving a 42.36% increase over the past year. Mid-Cap and Dow 30 indexes maintain steady 10-year growth rates.
Checking out best and worst performing equities, I'm Penny Stock. Akanda led with a surge, closing at 57.9, up by 44.86. Edesa Biotech also impressed, hitting a new 1-year high with a strong positive trend, closing up at 17.59. Meanwhile, Lottery had mixed signals despite a significant gain. Looking at the numbers, American Rebel's 1-week return skyrocketed by several times its initial price. Interestingly, Edesa Biotech's year-to-date total return shows a strong incline. In a contrasting note, Akanda had a moderate month-to-date return, highlighting its recent uptrend. For a yearly perspective, Edesa Biotech achieved a substantial annual return over the past year, marking resilience and growth. Meanwhile, Bandwidth showcases a significant upturn across 3 years, asserting its market viability. American Rebel and Akanda struggled with longer-term returns, reflecting significant lows. In big caps, Seagate Technology soared with an all-time high, closing at 726.93 with a surge of 140.68 points. NXP Semiconductors also reached a new peak at 295.24. Meanwhile, Centene continues a strong 5-week upward streak. Reflecting on returns, Seagate Technology posted a robust year-to-date return, with impressive figures in total returns. Similarly, NXP Semiconductors' strong weekly and year-to-date return evidences its market strength. Intel displayed a commendable rise as it aligns closely with its annual metrics. Breaking down annual returns, Seagate Technology shines with a significant 10-year ARR, while NXP Semiconductors maintains robust 3-year gains. Conversely, Qualcomm showcases moderate annual returns, demonstrating consistent performance over the past decade. In terms of challenges, Vivakor closed dramatically lower at 2.12, with a very strong negative trend. Meanwhile, Chanson International Holding faced significant downward pressure, closing at 0.3 with a new all-time low, accompanied by notable volatility. The returns for Vivakor signify a stark year-to-date loss, largely mirroring its stock price decline. Hub Cybersecurity continues challenging times with steep downward trends, despite a stable month-to-date daily return. Seagate also demonstrates a striking downward breakout, following extended sideways movement. Vivakor posted a major price drop, closing at 2.12, a fall of 439.88. This marks its new all-time low closure, alongside a very strong downward trend. Similarly, Chanson International Holding dropped to a new low of 0.3, sliding 0.15, highlighting significant downward movement and volatility. Among large-cap stocks, Teradyne recorded a significant loss, closing at 345.42 while falling 72.66. Despite this, it maintained its positive trend, last achieving an all-time high close on April 24th. Similarly, Builders FirstSource declined substantially, closing at 75.72, with volatility setting the pace for its negative trend. For large-cap stocks, Teradyne suffered a total return fall of 17.3% during the week, with a close at 345.42. Meanwhile, Builders FirstSource shares slid 15.9%, closing at 75.72. These prominent stocks underline a significant bear trend this period. Big-cap stock performers included Teradyne, which, despite strong returns over longer periods, saw a 17.3% weekly drop, closing at 345.42. Builders FirstSource also fell, achieving a return of minus 15.9% for the week, setting a new negative trend.
And now onto U.S. sector performance. Communication services closed at 497.63, rising 21.61, marking a new all-time high. It's in a very strong positive trend with some upward volatility. Energy ended the week at 898.27, gaining 28.18. Both sectors display very strong positive trends. Market breadth shows a positive week for major sectors. The standout is energy, with notable advances over declines on weekly and monthly scales. Communication services also displays a new all-time high. Though overall advancement is strong, consumer defensive shows mixed results on different timeframes. Examining total and daily returns, communication services leads with a weekly total return of 4.54%. Energy also rises, showing a strong positive weekly return of 3.24%. While most sectors show monthly downturns, energy stands out with an impressive year-to-date gain, highlighting its strong performance. Focusing on long-term returns reveals significant features. Over 10 years, communication services achieved over 197.75% total return. Despite a mixed trend in financial services, its 10-year return surpasses 175%. These insights emphasize the potential for long-term sector growth.
Leading the U.S. communication stocks, Alphabet saw a remarkable jump, closing at 385.69, up 41.29, or 11.9%. It's breaking new ground with its all-time high close, in a very strong positive trend for 5 consecutive weeks. Meanwhile, Match rose 1.92 to 38.67, a 5.2% gain. In returns, Alphabet continues its impressive upward journey with a one-week total return of 11.99%. Match also shows a strong week with a 5.22% rise. On a mixed note, Verizon Communications displays moderate activity, gaining 3.8% over the week. Reviewing annual returns, Alphabet is at the forefront with a one-year total return of 139.11%. T-Mobile US has faced challenges over the same period, down 20.62%. In comparison, Verizon Communications has seen steady results with a modest annual increase.
Among the worst-performing sectors, the basic materials sector closed at 642.36, dropping 12.81 points or 1.9%. A strong positive trend continues despite the downturn. Meanwhile, the technology sector rose 6.46 points to set a new all-time higher close with a very strong positive trend. Focusing on market breadth, the basic materials sector experienced more one-week declines than advances, indicating a strong positive trend despite recent declines. Conversely, the technology sector saw significant advances over declines, reinforcing its upward momentum with 5 consecutive weekly gains. Examining total and daily returns, the basic materials sector shows a weekly total return of -1.96%, portraying a contrasting, strong positive trend. Meanwhile, the technology sector's performance has spearheaded a 1.05% gain in total weekly returns, maintaining its very strong positive momentum. For total and annual returns, the basic materials sector has an annual return of 21.84% over the past year. In stark contrast, the technology sector boasts a substantial 47.17% annual return, cementing a very strong positive trend over 10 years.
In the basic materials sector, Builders FirstSource recorded a significant drop, closing at 75.72, down by 14.32. This marks a new one-year low, with a very strong negative trend and some downward volatility. Meanwhile, Newmont is also struggling, closing down at 108.62, reflecting a 10% decrease this week. Over the week, Builders FirstSource had a one-week total return of -15.9%, driven by a very strong negative trend. On the other hand, Newmont closed down, but still maintains a mixed positive trend, with a one-week total return showing a 10% downturn. Both companies demonstrate downward pressure and volatility. Focusing on long-term returns, Builders FirstSource has encountered a steep loss over the past year, with more than a 32% decline, yet shows impressive gains over a decade, with a 582.77% total return. Meanwhile, Newmont exhibits robust growth, with a 110.95% return over a year, reflecting its mixed yet positive trend.
Thanks for watching. I'm Max Profit, along with my AI co-host Penny Stock. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.